Most people who have an idea on how to create social change often think the answer is to start a nonprofit. And I get why. It sounds official and it adds credibility. But it's usually the slowest, highest friction path when what you may actually need is just a small team and a clear next step. Let me ask you a real question. Have you been stuck researching what to build, maybe a nonprofit or a community organization or a mutual aid setup, for so long that you actually haven't even taken the first step? Because that's a place where social justice-minded people often lose months, not because they don't care, but because they're trying to pick the perfect container when they haven't even decided on the next move. So let's take a breath, because by the end of the video, you'll know which container fits the thing that you're trying to create right now, so that you can stop spinning your wheels and actually start building something that makes a difference. And if you want help confirming that so that you don't spend the next 6 months building the wrong thing, book a Ripple Effect Institute Fit Call. It's a 45-minute clarity call to help you figure out your challenges, your goals, and what the next best step will be for you. You can book that call at the link below after you watch this video or now if you already know you're stuck. I've seen this so many times with people who have great ideas for how to affect social change. Maybe they want to help families avoid eviction, or they care deeply about food insecurity in their own communities. They have people who are ready to help them. They may even have a little bit of momentum, but they tell themselves, we need a 501c3 first. We need to talk to lawyers. We need to establish a board of directors. We need to figure out who's going to run this thing as the executive director. And then everything slows down, but the needs that they are trying to fulfill don't go away. So today, we're going to fix that. I'm going to give you a 3-step methodology to decide which is the next best route for your social justice idea. So here's the framework I want to offer you today to decide on the right structure for your initiative. And it's really quite simple. You don't choose a structure based on identity or what kind of credibility you think it's going to get you. You choose a structure based on what you want to accomplish in the next 90 days, not eventually, in the next 90 days. Here's how that framework looks. Step 1, name the job for the next 90 days. There are basically 3 arenas in which your social justice initiative might be doing the work. The first one is direct support, getting help to people who need it as fast as possible. The second is systems change, moving policy, budgets, institutional behavior, or public narratives. The third is institution building, creating a stable organization that runs programs and services year after year. Now here's where most people get stuck. They try to do all 3 of these things at once. And that's why it feels heavy. So ask yourself, if you could only win one kind of progress on your social justice initiative in the next 3 months, what would matter most? And by the way, if you're sitting there thinking, I really can't decide which job is primary right now, that's exactly what we can help you with on a Ripple Effect Institute Fit Call. You'll walk away with a clearer lane and usually a much more simple next step than what you might have imagined. Book that Fit Call and we'll help you confirm the best container for your social justice idea so you don't build the wrong thing. Step 2, match the job to the container. If the job that you know you need to accomplish in the next 90 days is direct support, mutual aid is usually the best container for that work. Mutual aid is built for speed. You don't need permission to start coordinating help. What you need is clarity, how requests are going to come in, what you have to offer, who decides where those resources go, and how you're going to track it. And you need these things so that nobody burns out and so the trust that you're building stays intact. Mutual aid works best when it's organized by everyday people, when it has methodologies in place to make sure that resources get to those who need it as quickly as possible, and when it has boundaries so that everyone can continue doing this life-saving work without feeling overextended or exhausted. If the job is systems change, you're probably looking at building an advocacy campaign. Campaigns are built to win specific change from specific decision makers. So the core question here is, can you name the decision maker and the decision that you want them to make? If yes, what you're looking at is an advocacy campaign. And a mistake I see all the time is people who create a nonprofit when what would really accomplish their goals is a focused advocacy campaign with clear demands. If the job is institution building, a nonprofit can actually be the right container, but only if you're sure that you need the infrastructure. Governance, compliance, funding channels, including the ability to apply for grants, staff, a board of directors, and programs or services that can be run year after year. Because nonprofits, frankly, are a heavy lift. That doesn't mean they're bad, but it does mean that they're a big lift to start. So it's really important here to not choose something just because it feels official. Choose it because the work that you're doing requires it. And keep in mind that something that you start now that may be small and targeted and directed to a given cause may in the end grow over time to the point that creating a nonprofit makes sense. But if you're not there yet, one of the first two options may make more sense. Step 3, do a quick sanity check so you don't overbuild. The first is the speed to your first win. How fast can you get a real result that people can see? If you're already tired or stuck, pick the container that gives you a win sooner. Second, I want you to do a quick evaluation on the team that you need. Do you have a network of folks who can help you coordinate your efforts? If so, that's great for mutual aid. Do you have strategists or messengers or people with really effective communication skills? That's fantastic for building an advocacy campaign. Do you have builders who can help you run systems and compliance, and maybe a few good lawyers who can help you out? That's when you're in nonprofit territory. Third, and this is really important for visionary change agents, I want you to consider your tolerance for friction. And I want you to be honest with yourself. How much governance and administrative labor can you actually handle right now? You don't get any extra points in this work for choosing the hard path. You get impact for choosing what you can sustain. And here I want to give you a little example out of our clients inside the Ripple Effect Institute. When we were first approached by David, who had a brilliant idea for a community garden project, he wasn't sure how long it would take him to set up a nonprofit. But what he was sure of was that he had a lot where the owners of the lot wanted a community garden and where it would be very easy for people to just show up and start putting that garden in place. That's what they did. And then over the next year, as they got another invitation and another invitation, they eventually decided to form a nonprofit so that they could manage the staff, the volunteers, and the administrative labor of running a citywide community garden project rather than just putting seeds in one plot of land. Again, just because you start with one container doesn't mean you won't grow toward another one. The question right now is which container is the best fit for the bandwidth of your current idea. And here's a place to ask yourself a really important question. Where have you been forcing yourself into a container that maybe doesn't match your capacity? If you're just starting out with a social justice initiative, it may not be the right time to create something formal. So here's the decision tree, clean and simple. If you need to help people directly and quickly, start with community-based mutual aid. If you need to change a decision or a policy, start with an advocacy campaign. And if you need to run programs or services long-term with formal infrastructure, build a nonprofit, ideally after you've proven demand and built momentum. You can evolve over time. Just don't try to do everything on day one. And if you want someone to help you choose the right container and even map the right trajectory for your social justice initiative idea, book that free Ripple Effect Institute Fit Call at the link below. You'll get clarity, a real next step, and you'll avoid the painful detour of having built the wrong thing because it sounded like the right thing. Book that fit call and let's get you moving in the right direction. Regardless of the container you choose though, I want to thank you for stepping up and taking action on social justice initiatives that you care about. We need everybody in this era getting engaged in whatever way they can. And inside the Ripple Effect Institute, we help people every day in making decisions about the best way to build their impact to help the most people in these incredibly challenging times. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next video.